Hey everyone, and welcome back to Episode Breakdown. And today we're diving deep into the sewers of Derry, Maine once again. But this time it's a whole new nightmare. We're breaking down the chilling, expectation-shattering premiere of the HBO Max series, It, Welcome to Derry. Before we get started, smash that like button and subscribe for all your spoiler-filled breakdowns. Now let's get into it. The episode, titled The Pilot, begins with a mission statement from director Andy Muschietti to raise the bar on shock value. And folks, he does not waste a single second. We open on a 12-year-old boy named Matty Clements, a kid sucking on a pacifier, which immediately tells us he's deeply vulnerable, sneaking into a showing of The Music Man at the Capitol Theater. After getting chased out by an usher, a dejected Matty decides to hitchhike out of this miserable town. And this is where the true horror begins. He's picked up by a seemingly normal family, but the vibe turns sinister fast. The daughter is eating raw liver from a Tupperware container, the mother is hissing insults, and the son is spelling out words like strangulation. When Matty realizes they're driving back to Derry, he panics, grabs the wheel, and in the struggle, hits the pregnant mother's stomach. What happens next is pure body horror. She goes into immediate, violent labor and gives birth to a grotesque winged demon baby with black holes for eyes. This thing flies around the car and lunges for Matty's head. Just like that, our first main character is gone. His body never found. It's a brutal, unforgettable cold open that sets a terrifying new tone. And here's the show's first masterstroke. We think Matty is going to be our hero. Instead, he's victim zero. Meet the new losers, kind of. The story then shifts to introduce us to the actual main kids of this series. There's Lily Bainbridge, nicknamed Looney by the other kids, who had a special connection to Matty. In a flashback, we see he took her to the Derry standpipe where she confided in him about her father's traumatic death.
But my dad, he always wanted to help.
Then there's her best friend, Marge, who is more concerned with popularity. And they're Phil and Teddy, two friends who were acquainted with Matty, but not particularly close. His mother had to pay them in candy to attend his birthday party. And finally, Ronnie Grogan, the girl who worked at the Capitol Theater with her father. She was the last person to see Matty alive, and in a gut-wrenching display of 1960s prejudice, the police tried to pin a disappearance on her black father. This is a crucial difference from the Losers Club we know. This group isn't bound by deep friendship or a shared direct torment by Pennywise. They're driven by a general, gnawing sense of guilt and a burning curiosity. They feel bad they weren't better friends to Matty, and that's the hook it uses to sink its claws into them. The cycles of fear begin. Soon the supernatural phenomena start, and they are deeply personal. In a scene that will feel familiar to fans, Lily hears Matty's voice singing "Ya Got Trouble" from her bathroom sink drain. When she tries to talk to him, he screams, "He won't let me," and two bloody fingers poke out of the drain grate. Chilling stuff, and of course, no one believes her.
He won't let me!
But the most original scare comes for Teddy. At a Shabbat dinner, he asks his father, a Holocaust survivor, if someone could be kept underground. His father shuts him down, saying, "We are Jews, Tedador. We know better than anyone the real horrors of this world." That night, Teddy's fear manifests in one of the most disturbing visuals I've seen. His bedroom lampshade morphs into the stitched-together faces of Holocaust victims, their lips sewn shut as they try to scream. It's a horrifying, historically rooted terror that's specific to his family's trauma. And it's this event that convinces Phil that something truly supernatural is at work. These shared experiences bind Lily, Teddy, and Phil together. Their investigation leads them to Ronnie Grogan, who is initially hostile, but she reveals she's been hearing things too, children screaming her name from the theater's pipes.
I don't know if it was Matt. I did hear voices in the basement of the
The
Capitol,
group is
in the
now
pipes.
formed. Running parallel to the kid's story is the plotline following Major Leroy Hanlon, played by the fantastic Jovan Adepo. Arriving at the Derry Air Force Base in 1962, he immediately faces racist hostility as one of the few black soldiers. He meets with General Shaw, who seems like an ally, reassures him, and appeals to his sense of duty by assigning him to fly the new B-52. This subplot is clearly our gateway to exploring the history of the Black Spot, the nightclub for black soldiers that was burned down, an event briefly mentioned in the 2017 film. But things get weird fast. Hanlon is ambushed in his room by men in gas masks, demanding the B-52 specs. His friend, Captain Russo, fights him off, but it hints at a deep, strange conspiracy within the base itself, tying the aerosphere of nuclear annihilation into Derry's inherent evil.
The new B-52, G-Class, they transferred you up here to fly it. If you want to walk out of here alive...
And now
give
for
us
the
a
episode's
scratch.
absolutely insane climax. The core group, Lily, Teddy, Phil, his little sister Susie, and Ronnie, sneak into the Capitol Theater after hours. Ronnie screens the Music Man, thinking the Yaka Trouble number is a clue. And then pure nightmare fuel. Maddie appears on the movie screen, holding a swaddled baby and singing along. He breaks the fourth wall, walking towards them as the film dims. He accuses them. "You're the reason I'm in here, 'cause you lied, 'cause you weren't there." Then, with his mouth curving into a classic Pennywise smile, he hurls the baby through the screen. It emerges as the same winged demon from the opening, but now it's giant and bloodthirsty. What follows is a brutal massacre. The creature flies through the theater, slaughtering most of the kids in a shocking bait and switch. The premiere ends with a stunned Lily Bainbridge clutching Susie's severed arm, with Ronnie in the projection booth as the only other apparent survivor. They just introduced a whole new cast of kids and killed most of them in the first episode. I told you they were raising the bar. So let's break down why this premiere works so well. First, it subverts all expectations. By killing off what we thought was the main cast, the show immediately creates a sense of no one is safe. This isn't the predictable story of a group of friends beating the monster. It's the story of a town that consumes everyone. Second, notice who we didn't see. Pennywise is absent. Bill Skarsgård's iconic clown is absent. The evil here manifests through other forms: the demon baby, the stitch-faced lampshade, and the ghostly Maddie. This is a brilliant choice. It reinforces that it is a shape-shifting entity that preys on specific era-appropriate fears, and it builds massive anticipation for the clown's eventual reveal. And finally, the show is deeply exploring themes of guilt and prejudice, from the guilt these kids feel over Maddie, to the racism faced by Major Hanlon and the Grogans, to the homophobic undertones of Maddie's isolation. It creates a rich, cruel backdrop that makes the supernatural horror hit so much harder. So what did you think of the premiere? Were you as shocked as I was by that ending? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss our breakdown of episode 2. Thanks for watching, I'm Oliver, and I'll see you in the next breakdown.